Hey everybody, my name's Torrin Barrera. I'm a professor at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. Thank you. I'm thrilled to share the stage with some brilliant students tonight and present these works. I'm going to kick it off with a piece called Climate Momentum. If you have a program, you can read about it. If you don't, it's based on the lag times between the times we start to make changes in the way we live and the time that it will take for the climate and sea levels to change. So for the most of this piece, the form of it is driven on the data regarding sea level rise in the human populations it will affect. There's some audio visualizations. I've always been fascinated by music visualizations and audio, and that's another type of data visualization. So it's kind of an exploration to see how data viz techniques might be applied to audio visualizations and vice versa. So thanks for coming tonight.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alton. That's Muddy. Tonight we're going to be premiering a piece called Anthropocene. The word Anthropocene means the current geological age in which humans dominate the climate and the environment. And we took CO2 data and the density of it over time to create this piece. And yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Eliza Carrington, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here tonight and for engaging with us in our discussions about climate change. So for my project, I wanted to create a piece that was very heavily influenced by the changes that climate change has had over our world's oceans, both in the rise in temperature of the oceans as well as the rise in the sea level itself. So in my piece, the speaker is talking about climate change and the way that our coral reefs have been affected by it. And as she is doing that, her vocals and her voice become more muffled throughout the piece, showing that she is drowning because of the rise in the sea level. Thank you.
Skeletons of cities now lie in ruins beneath the ocean surface, killed by humans. The waters are rising, the earth cannot wait. It's not too late yet.
Hi everyone. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. So this piece, I think a lot of us have this mindset, myself included, definitely guilty of this, that climate change is kind of like a problem for later. You know, it's like when you do something bad for the environment or support something that's bad for the environment, it's kind of like cheating on a diet, you know? Like, I'm gonna have this bag of Skittles right now, but I promise tomorrow I'm not gonna eat any sweets, you know, kind of like that. But that's not the case. And this piece, that's kind of what this piece is about, is that climate change is hurting us right now in our country, in our backyard. So thanks so much for coming out, and yeah.
breaking, 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 breaking,
So a little bit about my piece. My name is Sarah McCarthy. Thank you all for coming today. My piece is called Kikai. Thanks. So this piece, I've decided to focus on the issue of population growth, and that if we continue to live how we are today, there will be more people. Well, we'll face into overpopulation, but we'll be facing issues with land area as well as CO2 emissions. And I wanted to take those three variables and represent it in my piece. So all the sounds you'll be hearing today are all pre-recorded clips that I went in the city and the Bay Area to record. And they are categorized in three variables, so those three elements. The engine, the rumbly sounds you'll be hearing represent the land area data. The voices you'll be hearing are population. And then we have electronic, like staticky sounds, which represent the CO2 emissions. Right here in front of me is a score, which instead of measure 1, it's actually 1880. So I'm actually going to be following a timeline here from 1880 all the way to 2080. And every time you hear a new sound, that means there has been a growth in the data, and so forth. I'm going to sit up really quick, and hope you enjoy. And the little thing about the title of the piece, it's called Kikai, which in Japanese, it translates to machine. So every sound that you hear are actually man-made, like all machine sounds. And the interesting thing is that there's another translation in the word kikai in Japanese, and it means opportunity. And I thought it would be nice that to kind of close it, to say that this, I hope that not just this piece, but this whole concert can be an opportunity for everyone to at least start considering that, we have the power to control our climate. So hopefully this can be a little bit of a change. So yeah, I hope you enjoy.
So I composed essentially just something of a sonic environment. It's meant to be more of like a static piece, which I then sort of further manipulated using a few selective data Sorry, let me just load this bad boy up real quick. There we go. Just a little bit of like select data based on sea level rise, and I guess this is meant to be more of like a reflective, sort of introspective piece. So I hope you enjoy.
How's it going? Thank you all for coming tonight. I could talk a lot about the data in this piece, but you can read about that in the program notes. Instead, I'd like to say this. Being a music producer is really fun. Working to deadlines is not, but being a music producer is really fun. And it's truly something special when the music you make can be the face of a really great cause. I hope you enjoy my piece.